Welcome to the historic Inner Harbor of Baltimore, Maryland. Just a stone's throw away, you find M&T Bank Stadium, the home of the Ravens. So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. On the return is Chase Brown. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Here we go.
First run of the game here for Chase Brown. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Off-balance throw. It's complete. 16-yard pickup on that one. It's a Cincinnati first down.
Gun.
Here's Brown. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
You'll find Brown out of the backfield. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays.
This one intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Georgia. He is out of bounds, but that's a nice return to give the offense the ball up past the 45-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Pistol formation with Jackson. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7. Here's a third down and 4. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. That's over the middle and intercepted. It's the linebacker, Jermaine Pratt. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to rattle. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments in response to that early?
Now here's another ball that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he covers some ground on the return as well. Out of bounds, past the 40-yard line.
You know, Mike, we're seeing both these offenses come out here and play a little fast and loose in the passing game. The last two throws for each team, both resulting in an interception. Now, don't get me wrong. Neither of these secondaries is going to complain. They'll happily feast on those type of throws the rest of the game. But I get a sense on these next two drives, come out here, establish the run, dose of ground and pound. Let's settle things down offensively and regroup for the rest of this game. Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Jackson out of the pistol. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Battle. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back-end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. It's a pickup of 12. And the Bengals going to have a 1st down.
11 MT, take.
They'll run here with Brown. And he'll get nothing there. Stop it. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Gun.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Here we go.
They need the 24-yard line as they come up for 3rd down. Burrow from out of the gun here on 3rd down. A pickup of 12 yards. It's a Cincinnati 1st down.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
I'm one, ready?
Now the Ravens use their first timeout. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
11 Thomas.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Here we go. Stop.
Burrow here on second down. That's complete. It's Yosivas. And the Bengals are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
Ball sitting at the 7. First and goal. Here's a run. A short game. Down to the 7. Second and goal.
11 MT, 11 MT. Stop.
Here's Burrow. That's hauled in at the 2. To the goal line and in. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Bengals. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year. Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. First and 10.
180.
Now it's Jackson. A pass pulled in by Henry.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll come to the line now on second and 2.
180.
On the ground, this is Justice Hill. He's inside the 30. And he's going to take this all the way home. Justice Hill. Touchdown, Baltimore. Now, the extra point. He's got it. And the Ravens will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. This is Turner. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
11, 11, 11. Here we go, here we go.
Gesicki, the man in motion. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
On carry here for Brown. And a nice gain there on first down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's 2nd and 2. They go play action for Burrow. He's going to let it go deep for Chase. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Cincinnati. That's a 2-touchdown game for him. Numbers 7 and 8 for the season. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. And the pistol, Jackson ready. First down throw there is incomplete.
He's already been a little reckless with his decision-making up until this point, Mike, and now it almost backfires on him again. He has to do a better job of finding the matchups, finding the space on the field, so everything is not a forced ball into these tight windows.
There's a short one caught by Andrews. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Andrews is able to pick up that first down, and it's just so nice to see him back on the field. He had that brutal leg injury a year ago. He had over 500 yards in just 10 games, so the production is still there. He's always going to be one of Lamar Jackson's favorite targets, and I can tell you what, they're excited to have him back in the lineup.
Lamar going to work from the pistol. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Again, it's Jackson. Taking off. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
And he's going to have a first down here as they are into field goal range at the 27.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
To the air one more time with Jackson. That's caught right side. It's Hopkins. So not quite first and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. Pistol give to Henry. Crazy. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second. Jackson now on 2nd down. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. It's the linebacker, Jermaine Pratt.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception. But in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue. Because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
14, Ravens 7.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. Well, that looked like a pretty clear hold. The gain was 5, but let's check the call. On 1st down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And that's not going to yield a whole lot. Up to only about the 23. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, Jackson. To the outside. Catch made by Hopkins.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
That's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. It's the linebacker, Jermaine Pratt. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone.
12. Here we go.
Play action now. It's Burrow. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. T. Higgins. Touchdown, Bengals. McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Bengals will take a 21-7 lead. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
No, we changed it.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. He'll look underneath for Henry. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Second down. Jackson. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
He'll try to run for it.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. Now they'll run option left to the short side of the field. And he's going to have the Ravens first down. Oh, they take a chance there on 4th and 1, but it's a gain of 3 and a new set of downs.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Jackson now to throw on 1st down. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Jackson. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Jackson up top again. That is caught. It is Hopkins. 14 on the pickup. Good for a Raven first down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. That's going to be incomplete, and the clock will stop. Likely one more play in this 3rd quarter.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out. Two plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points.
Now Brown. He'll struggle to get positive yardage here, only up to about the 5.
Here we go, here we go.
Second down
11,
and 8.
11.
Back to throw, Burrow. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. They get 18 on that one. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
11 mighty, 11 MT, 11 MT. Stop.
On the ground, it's Brown. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They drop him in the backfield.
Gun.
So after the loss on first, here's second and 14.
Stop.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He'll find Brown out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down. Coming up.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Here we go.
Here's a third down and 4.
12. Stop.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. Burrow and his favorite target, Chase, for the Cincinnati first down.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense
11.
desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, we might be running out of time. At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Here we go.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down.
Stop.
Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Into space at the 45. He may go. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 76 yards. Touchdown, Cincinnati. McPherson now for the PAT. He's got it. And the Bengals will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Throwing Jackson. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This pains me to say, Mike, because I love the idea of feeding the tight end, but you can only go his way so many times if it's not going to result in positive outcomes. So wouldn't be surprised to see him try to get his backs, his wide receivers, get some other guys involved, and then later in the game, go back to his big tight end. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
On third down, Jackson. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. It's the linebacker, Jermaine Pratt. And he won't be able to take it all the way in, but that is a great return, and they are set up first and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll turn and hand this one off. A short game, down to the 7. Here now, second down and goal. They'll go with him again. Not a lot of room to work there. Well played by the defense. And they set themselves up for third and goal.
Here we go, here we go. Dot.
They'll run. And he's going nowhere. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it's fourth and goal.
A bit of a curious call there, Mike, on third and goal from this far out. You thought they would have turned to their passing game. They tried to catch the defense sleeping and keep it on the ground. Great job by the defense being ready for everything. Not only do they stop them, they take them back for a loss.
So, this one, a win for the visiting Bengals. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their two scheduled matchups. Have a chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season.